Your city, your news. From the campus of the University of Nebraska at Omaha, this is the Omaha News. Brought to you by the students in the College of Communication, Fine Arts, and Media.
The National Weather Service has confirmed that 10 tornadoes struck through the heartland this past Monday night. More on that is straight ahead.
Also happening locally this hour, UNO's 7 days of service has made it 7 years strong. The details on that are coming up. Good afternoon, I'm Christina Engdahl.
And thanks for joining us, I'm Amy Pfeiffer. Spring break is often a way for students to make great memories, but for some, spring break is a time to give back to the community.
These local volunteers prove that their memories can turn into other people's dreams. Carrie Zom is live from UNO's Milo Bale Student Center with the details. Carrie?
Thanks, Amy and Christina. UNO held its annual week of service for spring break and ended up with quite a positive turnout. The number of volunteers is growing each and every year. UNO's 7 days of service renovated a few homes which are now ready for families to move in. Sandy beaches and late night partying is how some students choose to spend their spring breaks, but for Rachel Ryan, a week of helping others in the community is how she chose to spend her free time.
Being a student, it's really hard to try to find time, to help out with the community.
UNO's 7th annual 7 days of service was held for people like Rachel who worked with Habitat for Humanity and other corporate sponsors to renovate homes and yards across the metro.
I painted a whole fence, whole deck, and that was fun because it was nice outside.
Volunteers worked from 9 a.m. to 3 in the afternoon each day.
I love the fact that, at the end, families get to move into these houses. Families that may not be able to afford a home will be able to come in here and have a house of their own.
It was estimated that this year's student volunteers donated the equivalent of over $95,000 in labor. The 1,000 people expected to volunteer this year turned into 1,200. The students say this experience really gave them a sense of pride.
Rewarding. Okay. Very rewarding.
And then UNO says they do plan on holding this event next year, and Rachel tells us she is planning on participating for her 4th year. If you would like more information on other opportunities to help out with the community, contact UNO's Service Learning Department at 554-6019. Reporting live for the Omaha News, I'm Carrie Zom.
Thanks, Carrie. Those of you who are looking for a new service learning project, the next one that UNO is prepping for is called the Global Youth Service Day on April 25th.
To check out a full listing of scheduled service learning projects at UNO, you can visit unomaha.edu/service learning. As you know, the 2009 primary elections for City Council are coming up, and many seats are up for grabs. Here's a look at the candidates for District 4. Tone Doan has continuing coverage.
It's that time of the year again. Elections are just around the corner, and with all 7 city council seats available, many candidates are already getting their name out. District 4, also known as South Omaha, lies on 72nd Street east to the Missouri River and from Center Street south to Harrison. Within this district, 2 candidates are fighting for the position of city council. In one corner, Joseph Velasquez, who is trying to win the seat after losing 2 times before, in 2001 and 2005, believes his integrity and honesty will help him win.
I don't believe in trying to deceive people. I believe in being honest. I believe, if there's 2 things I can't stand is a liar and a thief.
In the other corner, Gary Gurnant, who is running for his 3rd term, believes his past experience in the city council and the police force will best serve Omaha.
I'm in my 42nd year between my military service and my city service. And I think that with those years, you're bound to learn some of the tricks of the trade.
Although both candidates are registered as Democrats, Velasquez and Gurnant have their own ideas on how to run District 4.
I'd like to bring the community together. I'd like to eliminate the graffiti, eliminate the gangs. And how do you eliminate the gangs? You appeal to the people.
I would also like to see a 311 system started for the entire city.
If you haven't already registered, you can go to the Douglas County Elections Commission's website at votedouglascounty.com. For the Omaha News, I'm Tone Doan.
If you have registered to vote, early voting has begun in Douglas County. To find out more information on how to vote early, log on to votedouglascounty.com.
The district primaries are upon us, and citizens that live in District 5 have had the opportunity to watch the District 5 candidates debate. Haley Harold reports.
The District 5 candidates, John Blumenthal and Jean Stothert, met up at UNO to take part in a debate to voice their stands on issues concerning their district. District 5 stretches from 72nd and Center to 222nd and Center to just south of L Street. Both candidates had very set plans of what they would do this following year.
My issues will be the people's issue, and as I walk door to door, the people overwhelmingly tell me their first concern is crime, the increasing crime that's going on in our community. Second, and a close second, is the economy. Everybody is concerned with the economy, and we have to get our city's budget under control. And thirdly would be city services. People are talking about they need the city services improved, the roads improved, and especially in our newly annexed areas of Elkhorn.
I think if I had to name a few goals, we've got to fix the fire and police pension system. That's one of the main goals. Got to get that system fixed. We've got to get crime down. Violent crime and gun and gang violence are too high right now. We've got to reduce those. And I think fixing the pension system will help with that, because what's happening is some of our best and brightest officers are retiring too soon, and so hopefully we can get that fixed. And then I want to see us keep creating jobs and grow our economy here in Omaha.
Both candidates show strong passion and dedication to help fix the problems concerning their district. Stopping crime was one of the forefront issues that both want to focus on and have a strong willingness to do so. For the Omaha News, I'm Haley Harold.
The final results will be pouring in on election night for all 7 districts. Be sure to tune in on April 7th as we bring you our 2009 Omaha City election coverage.
Chuck Segerson is a Republican running unopposed for re-election to represent District 7 on the Omaha City Council. This year, he had the council and mayor approve 2 priority legislative bills for recommendation to the legislature that he personally authored. The bills would mandate required education and ethics training for individuals who served on public pension boards and would make owning a dangerous dog who commits a Class 4 injury a felony.
Springtime means March Madness for basketball fans. But on Monday, the madness was in the weather. With it being less than a week into spring season, Mother Nature showed us the heartland a big surprise. Classes were halted on Friday. Faculty and staff students braced for the worst. While the brunt of the storm hit north of campus, Paul Cosell, assistant manager of UNO Security and Traffic, said 2 buildings on campus temporarily lost power. With severe weather upon us, now is a good time to review tornado safety techniques with your family. It's also imperative for your household to know the difference between a tornado watch and a tornado warning. A tornado watch is to let people know how to look out for possible tornadoes, whereas a tornado warning is to notify the public that a tornado has been seen or picked up by radar.
Residents of Alvo, Nebraska are cleaning up after a tornado ripped through their town Monday evening. As Jake Buckingham explains, people had little time to escape to shelter and no warning of the approaching storm.
I've got most of the trees in my backyard are gone. The neighbor's porch is gone. The trees out of their yard are gone. It just kind of went down across the backside here on the south side of Alvo.
Dennis Templemeyer didn't see it, but sure felt it.
We could hear the trees breaking and just a lot of commotion. It was loud. That's for sure. It was definitely loud.
Templemeyer is talking about the tornado that ripped through the small town of Alvo, just 11 miles east of Lincoln. The town had no warning because the sirens didn't sound.
From the time I knew that we had a tornado, or figured it was a tornado, and I opened up the cellar door, and the hail started, and we ran down there, and the winds just took it from there.
Templemeyer was fixing up this car for his soon-to-be 16-year-old son. It's a year's worth of work, all destroyed in one night. Templemeyer says they'll have to get a new car. This sound will be a familiar one in Alvo for a while. Dana Marcourt spent most of the morning cutting wood and sawing branches. It may have been fast, but the tornado left a lot of damage. Street signs were mangled. Roads were closed as power crews worked hard to repair power lines. This is pretty much the situation all around town. Trees literally snapped in half. Residents are sure a tornado moved right through here. And that tornado may have damaged people's homes, but not their spirit.
The biggest thing is everybody's okay, and the property damage, we can fix that. You know, it just takes a little time. I'll be out here with the chainsaw for a couple days, have lots of firewood for next winter. Well, what else can you do?
In Alvo, Nebraska, for the Omaha News, I'm Jake Buckingham.
According to the National Weather Service, 10 tornadoes touched down Monday evening, 5 in Nebraska and 5 in Iowa. There were no reports of any serious injuries.
While people are losing jobs and businesses are going bankrupt, Congress has found the time to discuss another controversial bill. Omaha News reporter Bill Dixon has more.
Situation inches closer for seniors going into broadcasting, they may have to be aware of a new piece of legislation some in Congress are discussing. The Fairness Doctrine is once again being discussed by politicians on Capitol Hill. Proponents say the bill is designed to give equal time to both sides of an issue. Some critics aren't happy with the bill.
Fairness Doctrine is a crock, is what you have. In my own words, it's a crock.
Tom Becca is an on-air personality and radio talk show host for 1110 KFAB AM. Although not a conservative, Tom has worries how the Fairness Doctrine could affect his show.
It would affect my show because I'd always be worried. I'd always be wondering if, is this in violation of the law?
The bill is also vague with no clear line on what is fair.
What do you do here when you've got, broadcasters out there and everybody wants to be fair? Well, there may be 8 or 9 different sides to a story. And if everybody feels they're not getting their little say in, it's just mind-boggling.
I also asked Tom what his peers thought of the Fairness Doctrine.
I don't know anybody that likes it. I don't know one person in the broadcast industry that thinks the Fairness Doctrine is a good idea.
That was the most surprising aspect to this story, was the fact that I couldn't find anybody that was actually for the doctrine. With no one being in favor of the Fairness Doctrine, either locally or nationally, why is Congress trying to ram it through? For the Omaha News, I'm Bill Dixon.
The Fairness Doctrine was created in 1949. It was designed to give equal amounts of time to two sides of an important issue or argument. The doctrine was abolished in 1987.
It seems that we are getting a new update of the State of the Union every day, but we must remember how the economy is affecting us locally. During these economic times, the business of nightlife might be tightening its belt. As the economy continues to remain in the headlines, Chase Moffitt reports on how the recent downturn is affecting entertainment in the Omaha Metro.
In this struggling economy, it's all about food and gas prices. What about the state of nightlife?
For a long time, it's been kind of oversaturated with bars and nightclubs in Omaha and many other venues across the country. Now I think that we are finally starting to see the correction where some of the weaker, smaller places are starting to fall off.
Some of the victims: Club Nico at 114th and Dodge, Club Citrus at 144th and Center, the Manhattan Club at 152nd and Maple, Lucky's 1001 at 10th and Pacific is only open 3 nights a week. At Nomad Lounge at 12th and Jones, co-owner of Jab Productions Brad Jones gives his perspective.
From what we're seeing as we're kind of launching into different projects, there's still a need for great entertainment.
Citrus couldn't provide it and had to close its doors. At Club Patrick's on the north side of 114th and Dodge, General Manager Patrick Vondra explains why his business is staying afloat.
We now have 10,000 square feet. We have 35 plasma TVs, so we're a very well set up sports bar. And then as the sports kind of start to end out on the weekends, we roll right into the nightlife with the nightclub starting at about 10 o'clock.
But how do you avoid this?
Well, you can certainly visit eventsomaha.com to see what we're working on. Omaha Nightlife is still a great resource. The Omaha World Herald's Go section.
You know, I think when they come in here, I really want them to enjoy the product. Like I said, when the product that we're putting out, I just want them to come in, have fun, feel safe, and maybe even wake up with a little bit of a hangover.
For the Omaha News, I'm Chase Moffitt.
For more information about the happenings of Omaha Nightlife, log on to eventsomaha.com or visit omahanightlife.com.
Taking a look at the stock market on this Wednesday afternoon, the Dow is closed up 105 points. The Nasdaq was up as a little over 14 points, and the S&P was up just shy of 8.5 points.
It's that time of year again: battered and fried fish, French fries, coleslaw, hush puppies, beer, the works. Fish fries are upon us, and they're being held all over the metro area.
When we return, we'll show you one of these locations where you can enjoy some fried goodness. You're watching the Omaha News on the Knowledge Network.
UNO Television. Students work with professionals who have all kinds of experience in the industry.
Lights, camera, action. Literally.
Get paid while you learn more about the TV business.
Work on all kinds of productions.
My friends who worked on TV crew last semester are now working part-time at local stations.
Working on TV crew is a great experience.
UNO Television. Student crew, professional staff, award-winning results.
KVNO's Spring Pledge Drive is in full swing. The community is still giving despite the economy. March 17th kicked off KVNO's Pledge Drive. It happens twice a year and all proceeds go to the operations of KVNO studios. These donations make it possible to keep up the student-teacher relationship in the radio program.
This time the big wild card in our Pledge Drive will be the economy. And what we're seeing this year is that our supporters are very loyal. In other words, we are receiving about the same average number of gifts. However, the trend is that the average amount of those gifts is lower.
KVNO has been providing classical music to the community for over 36 years and remains optimistic about the Pledge Drive.
The drive's going to be a little bit longer this time than it has been in the past, and we're going to turn up the heat and hope for the best.
KVNO's Pledge Drive will run 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. until March 27th.
The Lenten season brings a time for penance and discipline, as well as Friday fish fries.
Omaha News reporter Sarah Whaley has more on the Omaha fish fry as we near the end of Lent. Sarah?
Thanks, Christina and Amy. Roughly 150 volunteers, a ton of fish, and lines nearing almost 3 hours long. It's the peak of the Lenten fish fry season, and one of the largest fish fries in Omaha is seeing a spike in attendance.
The atmosphere of the Holy Name Fish Fry
attracts Lenten fish fry attendees from as far away as Avoca, Iowa.
The fish it's worth it. It's the first time we brought the bus over. Usually we bring a van.
The distance traveled is no surprise to Holy Name volunteers. They're well aware of the outpouring support for their fish fries.
And our record's 2796, which we set 2 weeks ago. Father would love to have half this many people show up on Sunday services.
At the height of this Lenten season, the fish fry at Holy Name is as strong as ever.
We probably will come close to breaking a record. This year has been our biggest year, and we're going to probably average right around 2,700 people a night.
And per night,
we'll go through probably a little over 2,000 pounds.
The fish is very important. It's Lent. I'm a Catholic. You got to have fish during Lent. No meat.
They can purchase beer, pop, ice cream.
It's a very vibrant, excellent fundraiser for a great cause.
The cause, furthering the education of students at Holy Name Elementary.
We make between $30,000 and $50,000.
Of that, $15,000 goes to students who choose to attend Catholic high school.
It's kind of tuition assistance. We help them with their tuition. They have to come up and work 3 nights cleaning the kitchen.
The rest provides athletics for the school.
It all goes back to the school one way or another.
If you would like to help in providing a Catholic high school education for Holy Name students and enjoy some Icelandic pollock in the meantime, you can still participate in Holy Name fish fries through Friday, April 3rd from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. Tickets are $9 for adults, children and seniors get in for $6. Carryout is available, but you will still need to wait in line in order to purchase a ticket. Reporting live for the Omaha News, I'm Sarah Whaley.
Thanks, Sarah. The Holy Name Fish Fry has been going on for over a quarter of a century, and each year around November the planning begins.
Regardless of how much planning is done, Rick says there is still one factor that overrides all others when it comes to predicting attendance numbers, and that's having nice weather.
Blood, sweat, and tears aren't just some of the elements that go into training for the UNO football team. Durango is even getting his Maverick Mojo face on for the upcoming games.
When we come back, we'll give you an update on what the Mavs are doing to prepare for this fall's football season. Stay tuned. You're watching the Omaha News on the Knowledge Network.
Hi, I'm Meshach Taylor, actor and public television supporter, encouraging you to become a fan of UNO Television. Located on the University of Nebraska at Omaha campus, UNO Television is a unit of the College of Communication, Fine Arts, and Media. Student crew members are trained and placed in broadcasting positions that give them real-world experience. Many students move seamlessly into jobs within the local television market. UNO Television, student crew, professional staff, award-winning results.
Breathtaking, electrifying, inspiring. Award-winning documentaries produced by UNO Television offer you a window on the history of Omaha and the world. Beginning with the acclaimed 2-hour documentary on the history of Omaha, If These Walls Could Speak, UNO Television has developed a reputation for producing high-quality programs that explore, educate, and enlighten. These outstanding productions can be part of your home video collection. For information about purchasing VHS or DVD copies, call 554-2516 or visit our website at unotv.unomaha.edu.
With spring finally here, people are starting to enjoy the weather and relax a little. But it's a different story for the UNO football team. Their hard work has just begun. While most people's spring fever has passed, the UNO football is just getting their dose of their own fever, football fever. Spring training for the Mavericks started last week. Defensive end Justin Sinlair tells us a little about what the team does.
Just practice. That's all you do is you practice. It kind of gets monotonous, but I mean, you got to do it. It's part of college football.
With the national championship as the team's goal, Coach Burns says that the team has some fundamentals that they need to improve on before the season begins.
We're adding some new things offensively and defensively that we need to get a look at right now. So that's going to take some time to make the changes that we're going to make, and then assess and see how far we're going with those things, and decide kind of if we stop or we go backwards or we continue to go forward. So there's a lot to be done.
With the team's 7-4 record last year, the Mavericks still have some work to do.
We need to get back on track. We're not very satisfied with the year we had last year, and we need to find a way to do a little bit better job throughout the course of the year and compete for a championship.
Football spring training is a way for the players and the coaches to get ready for the upcoming football season. The day typically starts at 7 a.m. with meetings, and again at 3 p.m. with the training end of it. Although the football players say it can be a long day, practice does make perfect.
It's fun. It's fun to get back out on the field and just, play football. That's what we're out here to do. So.
The football team is excited for the next season and is anxious to get the ball in the air. The UNO Mavericks will be training hard this spring and summer to get closer to hopefully winning that national championship. The first game of the fall season is a home game on August 27th at 7 p.m. Catch the Mavericks as they take on East Central University. For a complete schedule of games, visit unomaha.edu/athletics.
Spring is in the air. It's time to start preparing your yard for the season. Are you ready?
Lawns and gardens need to be brought up to code with proper nutrients and watering. When we come back, we'll show you Green Thumbs what you can do to help protect your yards. You're watching the Omaha News on the Knowledge Network.
Only one program has remained dedicated to examining all the information on issues that really matter to Nebraskans. Watch Consider This, a program produced by UNO Television to give you more information than your typical newscast.
Watch ICU Learning English on the Knowledge Network, Cox 17 and Quest 74.
Spring is here, and with it comes the task of taking care of our lawns. Brandon Gleed has some tips to help us out.
Everyone dreams of having that perfect lawn.
It's attractive. My grandkids like playing on it. It's nice to be outdoors and play on a nice lawn.
To help achieve this perfect spring and summer lawn, some work should have been done last fall.
The important thing to do would actually have been last year during fall. Putting down a fall winterizer is the most important thing you can do.
If you failed to do this, don't worry. There are still things you can do.
Just go on with your normal treatments for this year, the pre-emergence. Most of them have a fertilizer in them now. So when you put the pre-emergence down in April and May, then you'll be covered. It just might take a little bit longer for your yard to turn that nice green color.
This lawn care dilemma is a growing problem in the United States. Last year, over 1 million new home lawns were added, bringing the total in the United States up to about 58 million. And the National Gardening Association estimates that about $14 billion was spent on lawn care alone. Another very important thing to do is remember to water frequently. Experts suggest 10 to 15 minutes in the morning, 3 to 4 times a week. Reporting for the Omaha News, I'm Brandon Gleed.
For more lawn care tips, visit lawn-care-tips.com.
Next time, we'll also give you an update on the city election.
And as a reminder, you can catch web extras on our website, theomahanews.com.
And for all of us here at the Omaha News, thanks for watching. Have a good evening.
Take a look at UNO and you'll find a school that can pretty much be everything to everyone. We have that big city feel and a sense of community that creates a close, friendly campus. Our professors and resources contribute to our great reputation in the city and the region. So whether you're just starting out, transferring, earning a degree online, or choosing a new path in life, you'll be able to find what you want.
If your days get out of control, reset your attitude by setting your radio to KVNO, Classical 90.7. Discover your own personal oasis of serenity on KVNO, Classical 90.7.
UNO Television.
Students work with professionals who have all kinds of experience in the industry.
Lights, camera, action. Literally.
Get paid while you learn more about the TV business.
Work on all kinds of productions.
My friends who worked on TV crew last semester are now working part-time at local stations.
Working on TV crew is a great experience.
UNO Television. Student crew, professional staff, award-winning results.